Garmin are one of the leading smartwatch brands in the world. And if you're a runner, there's a chance there's already one on your wrist. And if not, you'll definitely know who they are.
Yeah, there are so many options to consider, aren't there, when you're picking a running watch? And for many people, it's actually quite difficult to kind of know where to start, which is why we've asked you, Mark, to come up with a comprehensive one-stop roundup of all the latest Garmin watches. Should we do it?
Let's do it. Right, Rick, 3 categories today: fitness, running, and adventure. We're going to start with fitness. So we've got Vivoactive 6, the Venu X1, the Venu 4, and the Lily 2 Active.
So Garmin call this the fitness range, but who do they cater for?
Yeah, so these have all of the sports performance functionality that you want and expect in a Garmin. But I think the key thing to know is that the design is a little bit more lifestyle-y than sporty.
Right, let's get into the first one.
So Vivoactive 6, it's got all of the basic sports tracking that you want. You can do more than 60 different sports on it. It's not going to have the complexity and the depth of detail you might get in some of the more dedicated running watches. But for the user of this watch, I don't think they want it, I don't think they need it.
No, I was just flicking through it, and it basically does everything you need to get out and run.
Yeah, exactly, and any other sport that you want to do. So I think the health metrics in this are good. So it's got advanced sleep tracking, it's going to give you some sleep coaching as well. So if you don't have such a good night's sleep, it's going to suggest, hey, maybe you need 20 minutes more. And for me, I think that's a really cool feature having this watch.
And the battery life on this, it's 11 days. That kind of fits into the normal range of Garmin, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And if you're very active and you're doing lots of different activities, then just gonna need to charge it once a week, maybe even less than that, which is ideal.
And it's got the music function as well.
Yep, so it has music built into it, so you can just upload music onto it, so it's always gonna be there, just play into your headphones. And it's also got some coaching on there. So depending on different workouts, it could be running, it could be gym workouts, you can actually follow along on the watch, which is a really cool feature.
It's got a lot in it for one of the smaller watches actually, and I think that music feature is actually really useful because I'm just one of these people who does not want to take my phone out.
Yeah, and I think just the design of it, it's smart, it's neat, it's elegant, it works with a lot of style, there's different colors as well. So yeah, it's just a really good all-round watch that can do all of your activity tracking as well. So Garmin Venu X1, the thinnest watch, the brightest display, and the biggest screen out of any Garmin smartwatch.
Yeah, it looks absolutely beautiful, but would you run in it?
Well, it has the functions for over 100 different sports, and actually the running back end of this watch, the software of it, is as good as any of their other running watches.
Because it just connects to your Garmin Connect as usual.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And not all of these watches have mapping. And actually not all of the running watches have good mapping, but this, it's like a GPS on your wrist. So if you're someone that gets lost a lot, this is gonna be a really good option for you.
Yeah, I love the torches on Garmin watches. I just find them so useful. And this one has, that one hasn't. The strap's nice as well.
Yep, the strap's really good. Yeah, I really like a fabric strap. I think it's really comfortable. This sits really nice on your wrist.
You can receive calls on it, can't you?
Yep, so it's got a built-in microphone and speaker, so you can actually kind of take calls on the go. If you get text messages, if your phone is connected to it, then you can have text messages, you can actually reply via the watch, which is something you can't do on many Garmin watches.
So this is the type of watch basically that does pretty much everything, and you can also run in it.
Yeah, and if you like sending text messages while you run, then you can do that too.
No. So that was the Venu X1, this is the Venu 4. How similar are they?
Yeah, same name, but very different watch. And I don't necessarily think the person that wants the X1 wants the Venu 4. The Venu 4 actually is really packed with features. If you're a dedicated runner and you really want to get, or actually in any activities, and you like lots of data and lots of detail, this watch has it all. But it also has some of the more unique lifestyle features. So it's got sleep alignment, which not many other watches have. So it's going to look at your circadian rhythm and how well you're sleeping. It's also got lifestyle login, so you can put things in, like if you've had any alcohol, if you've had coffee, you can put that into your watch. And it's going to look, and it's going to compare to, say, your HRV, and it's going to look at your sleep and all things like that.
Sometimes I just don't want to know what I've put into my body, so I just leave it. What is nice about this though, I think, is it's got fewer buttons, and it's also got the option to change the strap. It comes in different straps.
Yeah, and different sizes, 2 different sizes to this one.
Yeah, but who's it going to suit?
I think this is for someone that wants to know a lot about their health metrics. So there's someone that kind of likes to track that sort of thing. They like to understand their sleep, but also is probably someone that's active because the sports performance in this watch is superb.
Which brings us on to the Lily 2 Active.
So Lily 2 Active, again, looks really different. And I think the main different feature is the screen. So it doesn't have this really bright, colorful AMOLED screen, and it has this more hidden screen that when you tap it, it's gonna come on.
My first take of this is it's not a running watch to look at.
The functions in it though give you everything that you want for running.
Yeah.
But I think this is almost more of a lifestyle watch.
It's smart.
It's really smart. So it's really good at tracking lifestyle metrics. It's got women's health tracking in there, sleep score, HRV, all of those important metrics that a lot of us like to understand about.
This may be not the type of watch for someone who's really into their running and going out every day.
Yeah, potentially. I think it does the running and activity tracking well.
Yeah.
But it's more basic than some of the other watches. And specifically with this one, if you want to understand more about your running, which a lot of people do, but some people just don't really care too much. But if you want that, then you go into the Garmin Connect app and you're going to have much more detail in there.
So these fitness watches, Mark, they're basically a balance of style and function.
They can definitely help you get healthier and fitter, but maybe they don't all have the deeper running features. That's where we're going to go next, into the Forerunner series.
So if you're watching this video because you want to know exactly what's going on with your body when you're out there running, these Forerunner watches might be for you, because these have got your running metrics, your coaching tools, and they're also super lightweight.
Yeah, exactly. And like the name says, Forerunner series, these are designed specifically as running watches, but they do a lot more than that. They've got all of your lifestyle tracking, all of your health tracking, and they go way beyond running. But the ones we're going to talk about today, we've got the Forerunner 165, Forerunner 265, Forerunner 570, and the Forerunner 970.
So kicking off on the 165.
The Forerunner range is very much a range.
Yeah.
And with the 165 where you're starting, this is the baseline standard. This has got everything that a runner might want. And it's really cool. It's got adaptive training. It's going to give you daily workouts, but it's also going to be tracking things like your recovery and your sleep. It's going to be seeing how your body is responding to the training that you're doing. But the cool thing is that as you progress through the range up to the 265, the 570, the 970, you're getting a bit more each time.
And it's got stuff like music as well, so you don't have to take your phone out with you if you put your music on it, but you're limited by storage.
Yeah, there's a small amount of storage, but I mean, there's enough songs. You could probably run a marathon with a number of songs on there, so it's not going to be a limiting factor for most people.
So it might not have the bells and whistles, the 165, but what kind of data can it give me while I'm out on a run?
To start with, you can track any kind of run. So you could do a road run, a trail run, a treadmill run. Like there's lots of different types. You're gonna have lots of different data screens, so you can flip through on your watch. And one cool thing about the Forerunners, which you don't necessarily get in lifestyle watches before, they have more buttons. So there's a little bit more functionality as well as the touch screen, and the screen's obviously absolutely brilliant. But it's all customizable. So if you're in a race and all you wanna know is your average pace, so you can maintain it, you can have that. But if you want to have 6 data pieces on your watch at the same time, you can have that as well. So all that then combined with the training plans and the recovery metrics, it's just like having this training partner or coach on your wrist.
Now the 265, it's also got this coach on your wrist feature.
Yeah, exactly. So these adaptive training plans. So what it's doing is it's looking at the activity that you're doing or that you've done. It's looking at how you performed in that, but it's also looking at physiological metrics. So it's looking at sleep and stress and everything like that. And then it's going to give you suggested workouts. And it can go even further. If you're training towards a race, you can put the race in and you can put, say, a time goal in, and it's going to make those workouts even more specific.
If I'm weighing it up, should I get this one or should I get that one? What are the extras in here?
Yeah, so there's several different things you're going to get in this one. The mapping is a little bit smarter, so it's a little bit more advanced. It's not full topographical maps, but it's good enough to follow routes. There's more colors and sizes, which for some people is really important. Training readiness and some other training metrics are going to be in the 265, but not the 165. There's also better battery life.
So I get how these two watches are going to improve my running by the amount of data that I'm going to get. But if we step up to the 570, visually things start to look a little bit different. The screen is popping. You've got this aluminium bezel.
Yeah, it's a beautiful watch, isn't it? And these both come out, the 570 and the 970 came out in 2025, and they're using more updated technology. So it's got this Gen 5 optical sensor underneath. And what that means is the data that is being recorded from you all the time that you're wearing the watch is just a bit more accurate. And as a runner, I want my data to be as accurate as possible. So I would say the step from 265 to 570 is almost that step up in technology.
I find it really useful that you can receive calls on this because it's got the microphone and the speaker. So if you're out on the go, you can take a call wherever you are without having to pick up your phone. Let's move on to the 970, the top of the Forerunner range.
So Forerunner 970, you're wearing it. This is my one. There's a lot of cool features in this. And this is, I would say, the most premium of the running watches. It's got more storage, so you can store more music in there. And crucially for me, it's probably one of my essential feature, I would say, of a running watch, is it's got offline topographical maps. So I can literally follow a map on my watch. Also got flashlight as well. And the flashlight, I didn't realize I needed a flashlight on my watch until I had this.
I don't think I could live without a torch on my watch.
Yeah, it's such a good feature to have.
Yeah. You know, tell me about those maps, Mark, because what kind of difference do you get in the detail on those maps that you're not getting in the rest of the range?
Yeah, so the others are going to be much more basic. So you might have a line to follow, and you know if you've gone off the line. Whereas in this, it's much more like looking on a sat nav. So it's going to guide you along, and you can follow the route. You can put whatever route you want in, and you can follow it around.
I've got to admit, the maps actually have stopped me getting lost on this watch. But is this a watch for running nerds?
Yeah, absolutely. But you don't need to be a nerd to enjoy it. So I would say I'm on the nerdy end, and you're on the less nerdy end. And we can both get out of this watch what we want. But there are additional features for a running nerd like me, for example, that there's running economy, there's step speed loss. And these are things where if you've got the Garmin HRM strap attached to it and connected with it, then you can get even more detail about it. It just allows you to go down and really analyze your running on a granular level. If you just want pace, if you just want heart rate, if you just want a flashlight, if you just want a map, it's got that as well, and it does it beautifully.
Do you think you ever get to a stage where too much data?
Yeah.
So all these Forerunners basically work as a training partner.
Yeah, and a race partner actually. We haven't discussed Pace Pro. If you're doing a race, or even just a time trial, you can put in the distance, the time goal, and the watch is going to get you to that goal.
I think the trick is picking which one is right for you.
Yeah, and that's the tough one, isn't it? Because they all are great and they all have great functionality. It just depends on the kind of runner you are and the things that are essential to you. To me, mapping is the most important thing because I run on trails a lot, I run in new places a lot, I get lost a lot, and I wouldn't consider buying a running watch without really good mapping. But at the same time, that's on the higher end of the price point, and we've naturally got different tiers here. So we've got the more entry level, we've got the mid tier, and then the upper tier. So it's very much about finding the features that you need in a watch and matching that to the budget that you have.
I think it'd be also really nice to know what feature is most important to you when you are picking a watch. Let us know in the comments. So that is the running series. Let's move on to the adventure watches.
If you need more durability, more battery and enhanced navigation, then the adventure watches are going to be for you. So we've got 3 series here, the Instinct, Enduro and the Fenix.
So these are both Instinct. What's the difference between these two?
Yeah, so this is the Instinct 3 and this is Instinct 3 Solar. So you can see on this, it's got that bright AMOLED screen, whereas this one does not. This also benefits from solar charging. So even if you've got a massive pack on, you're hiking across the world, you might not need to pack your Garmin cable if there's sunshine.
I had a Garmin solar charge watch, and I've got to say, I very rarely charged it.
Yeah, it's a great feature.
There are a few key differences to the running watches. Now it's got ABC. Now, if I've got this right, Mark, altimeter, so height, barometer, weather, and compass, direction. Yes. And that's the type of stuff that you're getting in these adventure watches that you're not getting in the running ones.
Yep, exactly. But you're also still getting all of the fundamental run tracking and health metrics that you want in the Forerunner range, specifically the mid-range of the Forerunner.
And it's worth saying actually that we talked about the battery life on that one because it's solar powered. But this one actually can do up to 24 days.
Yeah, 24 days, yeah. We haven't mentioned yet that neither of these have touchscreen, but to be honest, the kind of watch this is, it's big, it's rugged. You're not using this to quickly scroll through screens.
I agree. I've turned mine off before, Mark.
Yeah, and I don't use touchscreen that much, so yeah, not a big deal. And we've got 2 versions here. There are 2 other versions. So there's Instinct E, which is essential, which is a more basic entry-level version of the watch. And there's also the Tactical, which is military grade.
Which brings us on to the Enduro. The Enduro is a real sporty crossover in the adventure watches. Amazingly, it actually only weighs 63 grams, Mark.
Yeah, it's a big, chunky watch, but really lightweight, rugged and durable. But it's the sort of thing that I think trail runners, ultra runners, if you're on a long hike, multi-day ultra run, something like that, this is really good because one of the standout features on this is the battery life.
Yeah, it's got an incredible 36 days of battery life, but that's before you count in the solar that's built in as well. So it will keep you going for whatever you are doing.
Yep, and if it's in GPS mode, then even that is 320 hours, which is massive, huge.
What type of person do you see wearing this?
Yeah, for me, it's definitely like multi-day adventures.
Yeah.
And someone that just wants maybe a slightly chunkier, slightly bigger, slightly more rugged sports watch and running watch.
When I was flicking through the screens on this watch, it really felt like it was designed with ultra and trail running in mind.
Yeah, definitely. There's so much detail that you get in there. And for me as a trail runner, the mapping on this is so good. It's got dynamic round trip routing, so it can kind of help you get back to where you started from. You've got things like Climb Pro. So if you put your course in, it's going to show you in advance the different climbs that are coming up. It tells you how steep they are, how long they are. So you can kind of have an anticipation of what's coming during your run. And it's just going to record everything that you might want to know about kind of your trail adventures.
So it's lightweight, it's great for the trails, but you might be looking for a watch that does just about everything that we've talked about.
Fenix 8, Fenix 8 Pro. These can do it all. These are real big adventure watches. So whether you're climbing a mountain or actually just doing park run, this is going to work. Really rugged, really well built.
So it's basically everything that we've talked about, these can do. What about the difference between the Pro and the standard Fenix 8?
The Pro is a bit bigger, and that's because it is built-in LTE connectivity. And what that means is you can make and receive phone calls on your watch without needing your phone with you.
I've got to say, Mark, I did this. I went down to Garmin, I tried on the Pro, I went out on the trails nearby, and it's the first time I've ever been out and been able to make a call to someone without having my phone with me. Now, some might think, well, actually, do I want to be making a call when I'm out on a run? Do I need it?
Yeah. Well, I think it's an emergency feature, isn't it? It's a safety feature more than anything. It does require a subscription, but if that's a feature that you know you're going to need, then the Pro is probably a better choice. You don't need to pay for that subscription for the watch to work, though, obviously. And they come in different sizes, though. So we've got here the bigger one. So this is the 51mm. So there is a smaller version of that. With the Fenix 8 Pro, there's also an option to have a micro LED screen, and that screen is unbelievable. It's super, super bright. More expensive, but if you want bright screen, it's going to be a good choice. We haven't mentioned this, all of these have got the flashlight, which is a feature that both of us absolutely love.
It comes in red and flashing lights as well. So if you're on a mountain, you want to be seen, you're on a bike, you want to be seen, all really useful.
The Fenix 8 watches for adventures. A bit more rugged, a bit bigger, and can kind of take you wherever you want to go, whatever activities you're doing. But it also does all of the running. So it covers everything that you need, and it does all the health and lifestyle metrics as well that we've covered in the other watches. So these have just got everything.
So these adventure watches, they're durable. They take care of whatever sport you want to do. I've wrapped my head around exactly what features they've all got, but now it's time to have a look at our top picks of all the watches.
So many choices, Rick.
There are.
I think it just comes down to what you want your watch to do.
I think weight comes into it as well, and whether you want to touch your screen or you're happy with just using the buttons, or do you want that solar charging ability to be able to, not worry about plugging it in. So bearing all that in mind, what would you say is the best overall watch?
For me, it's the 970. Forerunner 970 is the best running watch. It does everything. The screen is incredible. It's lightweight. I love wearing it. The mapping is excellent. It's really reliable. Battery life is good. It's the watch that I want as a runner, that's a bit more serious about my running.
I get it. The screen's just so clean on it and it's very easy to navigate. And what about if you're not running every single day, but maybe you want to learn more about the stats, how much ground you're covering, what that's doing to your body? Which one would you go for?
It's hard to beat the 165. All these watches are built on the same foundation of those health metrics. But this just does it in a really clear, simple way. And it's a great way to start learning more about your running and your body as a runner. And then in a few years' time, if you want to progress through these watches, then you can. But for a lot of people, that will get them through all their running all the time.
And if you're looking towards the premium end of things, and you're just thinking, I want a watch that does absolutely everything, which one are you going for?
The Fenix 8 is just such a good watch, and it's really hard to beat. It looks great. It's rugged and it's durable, but it packs all the features that you want, and probably a load that you'll discover as you start using the watch more and more.
Yeah, that's the watch for those multi-sport enthusiasts who don't even want to check whether they've got the feature. It's just definitely on there.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully that's helped you work out which Garmin is right for you, and let us know in the comments which one are you wearing. And if you want to see the Fenix 8 Pro in action, then check out this video when 5 of us ran a relay around the Isle of Wight.